stories. So you guys could write a book.
She made this, so she is a member of the Baha'i faith, so they don't own, they give things to each other or to the community. It doesn't become a possession, but it made a significant impact on her life, this work. And the artist, he painted it for his particular reason, But the thing was that we were the bridge that brought those people together. And since that happened, so many other similar stories have occurred.
They're all individual stories, but they're all meaningful. And we feel really lucky to sometimes have a part in them, or at least to get to hear them. Had people crying in front of works. We had an exhibition once for the blind. Well, it wasn't for the blind, but it was called Touch, and we blacked out the gallery with black polythene, and we had work in here that you could touch. We wanted to encourage people to not just use the visual senses, but to use the tactile touch as well. And so the Home Eye School for the Blind came, didn't they, with children, so that they could
and that was
go
an
around
incredible
and touch
experience,
the work.
because one of our artists created a taniwhare, a kind of and he's not Maori, he's a European artist, but he made this, what he called a masochistic dragon. It was a fantastic metal and wood carver, and he made this kind of a taniwhare that was biting its tail. And it was an amazing piece in red, and it was fiery, and really so cool. And Homai came over, and there was this one chap who he had, I think, only a very, very limited amount of vision, and he was also an epileptic. And the owner of the college was showing him the works, and we were encouraging them to touch the works. It was all about touch. And he just went to this work, and he was really affected by this particular work, this masochistic dragon, this taniwhare. And I just was just watching this, and gosh, this is such an amazing experience. And then he had a fit, an epileptic fit, which I just got really concerned about. But his caregiver just said, it's okay, just hold him. So I was helping to hold him, make sure he wasn't going to damage himself. And then it passed, and then went on. And they all said how much they appreciated the exhibition. That one really sort of stood out for us as something, you can't put a price tag on that experience. So so the reason for this was to change the world. You asked about that. Yeah, I guess we have this idea. We're both idealists.
Maybe we changed our world at least.
Yeah, we wanted to do something to make a difference to people's lives, because there are so many artists who have such an impassioned life, and they can make a difference to people's lives, and we've seen it physically in their environments and in people's environments. A lady who bought, she got a legacy, and she was not wealthy at all, and she lived in a flat in a very sort of poorer part of town. And she would come in and she would see this particular artist of ours, an artist named Lindsay Crooks, who just painted joy. He had this way of painting women, with big, round, voluptuous women, happy with their shape, pinks, audacious colours. But he had such a way of painting the camaraderie of women at beaches and
families.
You would look at his work and you just couldn't help but smile. And this lady kept coming in and looking at these works, and she never had the money to buy them, but she still loved them. She'd buy a card occasionally. One day she came in and there were two very expensive works that Lindsay had just finished painting.
Because they were very big, quite big.
Very big, very expensive. I mean, they cost a huge amount of money. She bought them. She had no money. She had been given a legacy, and she was supposed to use this legacy to start her off with a house and get on that. And she said, I could do that, but this will give me so much joy. She bought these two works. We discounted them, but she still bought them both. And that was just the most amazing experience to bring that to her home, her flat. And then she got cancer. She died. And one by one the paintings had to be sold. The husband, I guess he just didn't want to keep them.
Mm.
So now they've gone to other people's lives. Other people have taken them and are enjoying them.
So in a way, the legacy is still a legacy
I guess so.
in the paintings.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that you both are talking to me now today, especially because I know you're going through a difficult time. But I wanted to ask you about the changing market of art, meaning the difficulties in today's economy and everything, and how your gallery is dealing with that, how you guys are dealing with that.
Well, it's a really, really difficult time for everybody, not just in our business. I mean, people look at us and think that this is a luxury business. And I guess, if it comes down to it, whether, shelter and food and clothe yourself is more important than having art. Basic necessities have become really, really important for people. So, art doesn't sell in that environment very well. So we have to diversify and do all sorts of